on. Brothers on a comedy path. All jokes aside, we about to change the math. Real talk plus no filter equals not your usual chatter. From sports to politics, all subjects matter. Never shallow, we about to go into the deep end. Get ready to dive in, go ahead, grab a friend. Now this is grown people business, keep them kids inside. Now that's debatable, jump on, it's time to ride. Yeah, now that's debatable. Now that's debatable. Here we go. Time to start the show.
Yo, now this debatable is back. Sorry for the delay. It's my fault this week. I was running behind doing one podcast with the wife. As you can see, I'm not in my Now This Debatable gear. I'm wearing my gym baseball cap. I'm wearing a shirt that does not say NTD or Now This Debatable on it. So forgive me, running late. My fault. But thank you guys for being back with us another Monday. Hope you guys had a solid weekend. If you had any kind of fun, we hope that you did, and you hope to kind of share some of your good vibes and your energy with us here as we start the week. What is good to my brother and my co-host, Mr. Dion Curry? What's good, bro?
Happy Monday to you, my brother. Happy Monday to all the master debaters who are tuning in. It was a good weekend. I'm happy to be here. It is freezing here in Indy. They have a minus 25 wind chill expected from about midnight till noon tomorrow. So the kids either got a 2-hour delay or school's closing because it's going to be super cold outside in the morning. But other than that, everything's great. I watched the Cowboys lose last night, which gotta love that. The most overrated franchise in all sports. And it's not even close if you ask me. Like the Cowboys I don't want to go down that road. But happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday. I'm gonna knock you off and have you come back on again. You're freezing a little bit, so I'm gonna have you go off and come back up for me real quick. All right, while we wait for Dion to get back, for any of you football fans out there, the playoffs have started. It has been a good one so far. My Detroit Lions won, thank God. I am not ashamed to say that I was a little emotional about them winning that game yesterday. I was just telling the folks there, if anybody's out there a football fan, this is not a topic, but I did want to say it. My Detroit Lions won yesterday. They beat the Rams 24-23. Home playoff game. Have not seen that in 30 years. And I was just going to say it, a little emotional about it. I was texting with some of my siblings back home and such and such about it, and they admitted as well they were a little emotional. So a couple of them said they had a little tear in their eye. If you remember, if you watched the game last night, there were some tears on some guys, some grown men in the stands there at Ford Field watching the Lions win that game yesterday, I should say.
Yeah, it's 1991. Was it 91 or?
Somewhere around there. Yeah, you're close. 93. Yeah.
Barry Sanders. Yeah, good for Detroit. That was the best game of the weekend, easily. We still got the Eagles and the Bucks tonight, but I don't think they'll top that because I don't think the Bucks are any good. Sorry, Keith. I know you're a Bucks fan, but ugh.
We got some folks in with us. Says, hi, guys. I'm imagining that is Mary. David Greaves Jr. says, boo. Boo to you and your Cowboys, Dave. Boo to you and your Cowboys. And Facebook you says, what up, doe? That's got to be Slim or somebody from the D. Oh, no, someone in the D says, freezing in the D to go Lions.
That's Tamiko.
Okay. Tamiko, yes, go Lions. What a great game. Tamiko, did you get a little emotional at all from watching that game, from watching them win? And what up, doe? It was something. But like I said, I don't want to get sidetracked. That's not what our show is about. Dion, before you had to drop off, you was going to say something about how your weekend went?
I did an impromptu show, was it Saturday? Either Friday or Saturday. I don't remember what day. But it was the funnest show that I've done ever. It was so fun. Just one show. I got super high before that show, and I wasn't sure how the crowd was going to be, and they turned out to be a really, really fun crowd. There was one black woman in the crowd, and I did some off-the-cuff joke, but it was just for me and her, and she got it. And she started laughing so hard, it started making me laugh. So you have to imagine two black people in a room full of about 60 And it's just me. It's just those two black people laughing at what I had just said. It's just me and her. We're cracking up. Everybody else is looking around like, "What the hell is happening?" And it was it was the funniest moment I've had on stage. It was a great treat.
I'm trying to imagine that image from the white people's point of view. Like, look at these two Negroes right here. I ain't paying no money for this. Tamiko says she did get a little emotional from the win, so it was great. It was a great win. We got a good show lined up for you guys. I know we run a little behind, so I don't want to waste too much time on it, on just us. We want to get you guys involved into the show. I'm going to bring this up onto the screen because I want you guys to be able to see it, read along if you feel like you want to. I'm going to read it just to kind of refresh my own. But this is the topic that Dion and I had wanted to touch on yesterday. But you guys were so great with Cat Williams and Kevin Hart. And shout out to you guys who hit myself up. I don't know how many hit Dion up, but quite a few people hit me up saying, dude, that was the best show that you guys have done ever. Some said the best show in a long time. And some of it was because Dion and I disagreed. And I'm sure some of it was just the pure entertainment of Cat Williams. But thank you guys for showing some love and support and letting us know you watch the show. Watch every show, though. All right? Every show. All right. So we're going to go here. So Dion sent this to me a week ago. And he and I have different ways of looking at this. Again, I put it up on the screen for you so you can read along or read ahead if you want. But for those of you who want to sit back and let me do it, I'll do it. If you are caught using these words, you will write a short essay explaining why you chose to use these words in an academic setting to express yourselves. There are many ways to articulate what you need to say without using slang. Please know that using slang in an academic setting can diminish your capability to become a successful writer. More often than not, the way you speak is the way you will write. The gibberish some of you choose to use is improper English and sometimes inappropriate for an academic setting. This is an educational institution and you will carry yourself as scholars in my classroom. There's a list of 32 words here. I'll run through them quick. Bruh, standing on business, ooh-wee, ski-ye, did ski-ye alone. You ate that up. That's cat. What's up, gang? Bet. Oh my God, Miss T. On God. On my mama. On my dad, aunt, cousin, and so on and so forth. Riz. What's up, G Wade? That one caught me. I'm not sure what that means. In the cut with my twin. Just vibe. Just. On bro. On hood. Gang gang. Nigga. On me. On the set. Freaky me. Period. Munyon. Big dog. Motion and or big motion. Just vibe, twin. What's up, twin? Nye and is giving. So these are the things that this, and I assume this is a college or university of some sort, where the professor said these things would not be allowed written or being verbalized in her or his classroom. I'm assuming her because Miss T. So Dion and I kind of had different thoughts on this. Dion, I'm going to get out of the way for a minute and let you go on what you thought. Before I do, I want to ask our viewers, hit the share button, and don't forget to share your thoughts and to share some emojis along with us. Go ahead, Dion.
So I agree with taking out a few words on the list. I don't have a problem ever not hearing again, like ski. I'm good off that. But for the most part, I thought it's ridiculous that we're being speech police on how young people communicate. Not everybody is going to go within the classical sense of writing. So if you want to perfect your craft by writing in slang because that's your demographic and that's the audience you're going to be targeting when you're trying to write your books, then so be it. And for somebody to say you can't do this or you have to write me an essay on why you chose to do it, you know, to me, the idea of punishing speech because you don't like it is kind of ridiculous.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly, and I don't think you'll be able to talk me out of this. I remember being a kid and walking through my house and decided because I saw my uncles or cousins or some older boys, they had that little walk with that little dip. You know, you swing your arm, and I remember my mother smacking me in the back of the neck and telling me to straighten that shit up. And so I was not allowed to walk that way. And I tried to do it a couple other times and got a smack in the back of the neck again and got that correction again. And to this day, on low key, it's one of the best best jobs of parenting that my mother ever did in terms of me. I didn't need a whole lot of parenting. I was a pretty good kid, but that was one of the best jobs of parenting in terms of me that I can remember. Straighten that shit up. I'm sure what she wanted to say was, no one is letting you into a college or giving you a real career, with you walking with the little with the little hippie hop bop and whatnot.
It's
and
called
I
a pimp walk.
and I would
See,
say,
a pimp walk. Just say a pimp walk.
and I
A
would
little
say the
hippie
same.
hop.
And I would say the same thing for these kids who want to use things like ski yee in the classroom, whether verbally or putting it in their writing. The fact that you would even think about putting it in your writing is beyond me, unless you were writing this for a particular character, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah, I need to know the context in which these words are being written.
I'm
If
throwing them
it's
back up on the screen, Diasha, so you know. Go ahead.
It'd be one thing if the kids are in class, having a conversation while you're trying to have a conversation, and they're like, "Ski eat my yon on me." I hit them with like if that's happening while you're trying to teach, then I'm all for you legislating these words out of people's vernacular. But I don't think that's what's happening. And who cares? Like who? What do them speaking that way have to do with the grade they're getting in your class? That's what I
It,
want to know.
it has a
Are
ton
they?
to do
Are
with it.
No, it doesn't.
It has a ton to do with it. Let me go to this comment real quick. So Facebook user here says, "Yeah, you can stop. That whole list is trash. Shake my head. Why would anybody use those words or phrases in an academic setting? I just greeted you guys with what up, though. LOL. This is the proper setting, though, not the classroom, and especially not writing a paper." I would also say to
That's
Miko,
Tamiko. Yeah.
the what up, though, is just is just what we say, how we say hello in Detroit. So that would be almost the same way as if you said
What up,
aloha,
twin? You can't
aloha.
say nope. You can't say what up though. It's on the list. Same thing as what up, twin.
If I tell you what, if what up though was on the list, I would adhere to it. I would have a problem with it.
I think that's ridiculous. For what? What difference? What bearing does it have on your academic success? Is what I'm saying. Is okay. I'll give you. None of these words should be written down. Okay, in any of the papers that you're turning in. Fair enough. I'll give you that. But why can't they talk like that in class? You're not grading them on speech.
Because I do think there is a quality point made that the way you express yourself verbally is going to be a lot of the ways that you lean on and you express yourself when you go to be a writer as well. And you can only your writing can only be as expansive as your actual vocabulary is. And if you're going to limit yourself to just using slang words, and for a lot of young people, you just did it just now, just with four different slang words. You've probably said a whole paragraph in a matter of four. If you said it to the right person. So I do think we probably got these kids have gotten too far away from using the language, the English language as is supposed to be used, and this teacher's just trying to put some guardrails up and bring them back onto course.
I think it's beautiful that you narrowed in exactly what these kids are doing. You said, I took a paragraph and I killed it with 4 words. Why do I need to draw out a bunch of prepositions and subjects and predicates when I can hit you with what I'm trying to say in a very quick manner? You know what I
This
mean?
is exactly what I'm talking about. You're arguing.
One cut and go. You got what you needed, you understood it, and you're moving on. That's a higher form of education, if you ask me, as opposed to you following along on the paper with your finger because I got all these words in here, and you're like, well, what is this man really trying to say?
You got to be kidding me that you just said that. You think that is a higher form of education?
Hey, if you can, you don't think hieroglyphics is a higher form of education?
Facebook
All them
use
characters those Chinese people
hieroglyphics.
use, I read that. You know how long it takes to learn that?
Face, Facebook user says when you are paying for an education, you need to be open to learning.
Mary Ballard.
Mary,
Yeah, but so does the teacher. Again, if this is the way I said on paper, that's fine. If it's a writing class and you don't want them writing that way, okay, fair enough. But to police their speech in the classroom, that's
yes,
ridiculous.
that is
For
not
what?
bro. Because they are. She already said it in the paragraph preceding the list. If you're going to write a certain way, you need to speak a certain way. That is just
That's
that. And the
that's
next thing
correct.
I would say, and the next thing I would say as well, at what point do you cross over from this is just how I speak when I'm with my friends until into I'm at a job interview, and here I am as well because I can't think of another word to use. So what up, though, or ski ye, or riz, or whatever the hell these kids are saying. Most of that shit I didn't know. I only knew about 5 of those words on there. I was like, the hell are you talking about?
Well, first of all, let me say this: for the DEI hires, if you have a different vernacular than the common man, then your chances of getting hired are much more. Yeah, blah blah blah. So it don't matter. Everybody knows you get a job on who you know, not what you know. This
That is,
idea, this idea that oh, you go to college, you could write, you could speak proper, and then you turn in a job application, and then you get a job interview, and you got it because you speak so well. Like to me, that's crap. That's not how people get
you
jobs.
go
There's
into a
reason.
job. You go
There's a
into a
reason
job.
why.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
There's a reason why LinkedIn and all these hiring sites are always looking for fucking people. Why? Because when you do turn in an application, if you don't know nobody there, they ain't reading that shit.
Oh,
So it
would you
don't
stop?
matter.
Would you stop it? Would you stop it? All right. This is fun. Hey, fam bam. What's the dizzle, my nizzle? I didn't call to zizzle. That could only be because they threw the word call in. I know who that is.
Yep.
All right. All right.
What up, Lee?
Yeah, Lee. And then everybody Gucci. Gucci, I know what Gucci means. Yes, I'm feeling pretty Gucci today. And then Danielle Marie says, "Hey guys, I'm late, but I made it. Yay. What's good, Danielle?" She says, "I love, love, love words. Words have meaning, and people will absolutely judge you in the world for that. The way you articulate, it's not right, but it is how it is." 100%, Danielle. What you laughing about, bro? What you got?
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all really crazy. Y'all.
I can't believe that you would even say this. You know better than this. You know you're judged by the words you use, especially if you look like you.
Oh, so what happened to judging people by the content of the character? Huh? What happened to that? You
We
just don't
haven't got
judge
there.
me.
We haven't got there yet. We judge the people by how wide their nose is and how
If
dark their skin
President
is.
Trump can get in office by using the biggest words, then you can write ski ye in a paper. I'm not trying to hear this crap y'all talking. Y'all selling a bag of goods. It doesn't matter. The days of the you have to say things properly. That's over and done with.
No, it's not.
Y'all
No,
the
it's not.
last of the dinosaurs. Y'all weren't
Where
in the impact.
where
Y'all
are
weren't
you?
in the impact crater, but that heat wave is coming. I'm telling you.
What career are you getting speaking that way? Since you're saying it's going away.
Look at Drewski. He's a businessman. He talks like that all the time.
Him and who
There's
else?
there's 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 a shitload of young people who
Who's
are taking
and
who are taking over from the old heads.
and my next question: Who
And
the hell is Drewski?
you know exactly who he is. Yeah. He looks like a guy who's only got one name. Yeah. I'm just saying, that's the way it's going. The sooner you get hip to it, the better off you be. Because a lot of y'all sound like old people standing on the porch
You
yelling
just
at
said hip
clouds.
to it, sir. You start talking about
Yeah,
how old
I
we
know. I'm
sound,
trying to speak your
and
language.
I need hip to be put on the list next. So your ass can't be. All right. Says Facebook. You says articulate your words so everyone can understand. Next one is in my house, my fam's house. I will speak how I want. In class, there are rules. Period. I had to. So who is that?
Uh, I don't see it. Oh no, that's Mary.
Okay, this Mary said that. Okay. Then Facebook user says, "Man, if one of my kids call me bruh or say bruh one more time, I'm punching them in the throat." Who's
Tamiko. I agree with you. It's weird seeing young people call their parents bro. I remember the first time I saw a dude call a woman bruh, and I was like, what is happening? To me, that is, I would never call a girl bruh, like ever,
I get caught off.
ever.
I get caught off guard every time when I'm at the store and some young person calls me bruh or dude, and I don't want to be as old as these gray hairs probably are, but like, you need to call me sir or something along those lines. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm this close. I'm
You
this
know,
close to calling for a
you,
manager.
you sound like Denzel. Get your fucking hands off me. You call me sir. That's what I'm saying at the grocery store about a mangoes.
I,
You got to get the soft fruits.
I don't, and I don't know if it's because I don't like being called bruh by young people because I'm getting to a certain age, or I'm like, where is the manners at? I'd never ever address my elders as
All these years I put on earth and you skipping, sir? I'll be damned. I earned this, sir, bruh.
This is where I take my hat off and put it up against my chest and make a whole speech like Morgan Freeman. It's absolutely. I love this list, man. I cannot believe it. I wish we had this list for kids, period. If you are under the age of 18, fuck it, 21, and you address anyone with any of these words, you will be caned immediately.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God that you're not in charge because Jesus Christ, we'd still be saying indubitably around here if it was up to you.
For people who are just catching up with us, a teacher, I'm sorry, wrong thing there. Teacher dropped this list onto her class, and this is a list of 32 things that are not allowed to be said or used in writing in her class. And obviously, Dion and I are seeing it one way, on my way, and then he's seeing it his way. But this is absolute. I'm just looking at this, man. What's up, G Wade? Anybody out there with kids even knows what that means? I don't even know what that means.
I've never heard that before,
In the cut with
ever.
my twin. What does that mean?
You know what that means? I'm in the cut with my twin. I'm just hanging out with my best friend. That's all.
I know what in the cut means. The twin. That was twin means best friend.
Yeah. What up, twin? How
Gang
how
gang.
long have you been off the corner?
Long time, bro. Long time. My mother didn't let me hang on the corner when I was young enough to be on the corner. I wasn't allowed to be
You
on the
better go.
corner.
You better go dip that small toe in that water one time so you can understand what these people saying to you.
Now the one that I find most humorous because it has Ti attached to it and his son King is standing on business, and I love that one. That what makes me laugh every time because Ti's son King would say he stands on business, and I love when kids who grew up with a silver spoon up their ass. He talking about I'm standing on business.
Yes, a lot of people who say they stand on business actually don't own businesses.
You have no
So
business.
it's impossible for them to actually stand on said
I
business.
just noticed something. I just noticed something about you. Every once in a while, you slow down your speech pattern just enough. You sound like Cat Williams.
Do I?
Yeah, every once in a while, you just did it. I would have swore I was sitting here with that with old thick neck Shay Shay. Why? And that's another thing. I don't know if a grown man should allow himself to call me Shay or Shay Shay. I don't know about that.
See,
All right,
better call that man delicious.
I ain't calling him that either. All right, proper English in the classroom. Did that come from Michelle?
Uh, I don't. No, that's Bruce.
Oh,
Bruce
Bruce.
Milford.
Okay, yep. Facebook user also says, my first boss helped me to speak and write correctly. It changed my life and opened doors that would not have been open for me. Now, I don't, it says Facebook
That's
user.
Mary.
Okay, Mary. Mary, that is a great thing because a lot of people won't help you. A lot of people will get rid of your ass and just figure that you either refuse to learn or you can't learn or you were never in a position to learn. Dion, you were someone who did not enjoy all things that came up that came with school. But you're one of the most well-read and well-spoken people I know. And part of that is because I think you love the English language, but also you know it is fucking important. That's why I can't believe you're saying this.
Here's what I'll say. It's important on paper, but not in reality. What's more important is that we can understand one another. And I think we use words to not want to understand each other. And when you try to fit a square peg into a round hole and the sides catching it, it won't go through. Like that causes friction. I think what's happening here is people are so hung up on the words, not the meaning of the word. This to me just screams of indoctrination. When they took the Native Americans and they tried to Christianize them and they took their culture and we're going to take your words away because we don't understand you and we want you to be like us, knowing they never see them as less, no matter how short their hair was cut, no matter what the words sounded like coming out of their mouth, they don't look like you, so you don't treat them as such. This is the same thing. So you can dress up ski as whatever other slang word you want to use.
The
Hooray!
the
But it's the same thing. Hooray
the
is the same thing as
no.
ski. It's the same thing.
The amount of nonsense that you spew sometimes. The fact
No,
that
it
you
was
would
not
take
nonsense.
the fact that you would take this list and talk about the Indians and what was done to them and how their language was taken from them,
The
and
same thing.
try to parallel that to this here, I got to
It's the
tell you,
same vein. Is
I
it
would
not
tell,
the same vein?
I would tell you what, I would tell you, I would pull a Dion. That was so well done, Chef Kiss, for the amount of BS you just spewed. You know what you did. If comedy doesn't work out for you, you should go be a damn lobbyist in DC. Nobody takes some nonsense and try to twist it up and turn it, flip it and turn it. The only other job that talent is qualified for is a pimp. All right, because the way you take
I'll
stuff,
be pimping these words, pimping.
just absolute nonsense. Facebook user says speech, much like a wardrobe, has a lot to do with others' perception of you. And like my staff sergeant check room, I'll never forget him. He was a Marine, and he and I were going back and forth on something that I did not think was fair at 18 years old. He said to me, Smith, 99% of reality is perception. And to that point, I would agree with the Facebook users there who said speech,
That's
much
Miss
like
Susie.
wardrobe, has a lot to Miss Susie with others, is perception of you. And so that's why words matter. You may not want to believe it. You may not want to have to follow these rules. But down the line, this will only help these kids.
And in the words of my high school self, perceive these nuts. I'm not trying to hear that, man. I'm not trying to hear it. If you judge me based off what I said and not who I am as a person, that's your fault, not mine. You trying to put me in a box because you don't like the way I sound. But did you get to know me? Did you understand what I was talking
You
about?
know what I
Okay,
got?
then. You won't have a problem with me once you get to understand what it is I'm
This
saying.
is such crap you're talking about, Dion, because you're always the one who says, this isn't fair, that's not fair. How come this doesn't happen? That shouldn't happen. But if you don't ever want to play along with the rules that are laid out before you, then you can't be upset when you're looked
Rules
past
for
or looked
what?
over.
Rules
For,
for what?
for
For
the
what?
world, the rules
You're
of
making
society,
up.
all the rules
No,
we have
no,
agreed to.
that's not what happening here.
That is what's happening.
They're arbitrarily condemning speech in a classroom. I told you on paper it's
Or
fine. You
teaching the
can tell.
lesson. Or teaching the lesson.
If I'm talking to my friend, you can't tell me I can't say what up, twin, because you don't like to hear it. Go fuck yourself. Point blank. Period.
The,
That's the bottom line. If I'm talking to my friend and I say "What up, twin" in the classroom, and you tell me I can't say that, I have to write a paper on why I'm using that verbiage. Go eat a dick. You're being ridiculous. This has nothing to do with life. I'm
and would you
talking
be
to
willing to fail the
somebody.
class under those with this attitude?
I wouldn't fail the class. I'd write the paper and I stun on them. But the point being made that you're wasting both my time and yours. This is the problem I had with school: is the arbitrary bullshit they have you doing that has nothing to do with life. This has
A
nothing to
lot
do
of
with
things you
life.
do in school have plenty to do with life, and so does this. And
No, it
and this
doesn't.
here, and this here,
Bro, when's the last time I used a protractor? I don't ever use geometry. Ever. It was a waste of time.
everyone likes to take that one thing, and normally it is math, and say, when's the last time I
I
had to
had a
use
choir
calculus?
class. I had a study hall class. This all a giant waste of time. I don't sing. I don't study. It's a giant waste of time.
It's not a giant waste of time because a lot of things that you learn in life, in school and out of school, and one of the biggest things you learn how to follow instructions and how to stay within
If
it.
you can read, you can follow
and
instructions.
no, and stay
You don't need to be taught how to do
and
that.
how to stay within the guardrails of fucking life.
Again, if you're at a job interview, I'll give you the slack that you probably shouldn't walk in and say ski if you don't know anybody at the company. I agree.
If you don't know
But in the
anybody, but
grand,
if you do,
yes, because if you do, and that person
ski.
you that's the interviewer, if you walk in the interview room and the person you know who's doing the hiring is your buddy, and you go, "What up, twin? You think he ain't gonna hire you? Oh, I can't believe you use that language in here, bro. Stop it.
I'm not gonna hire you.
Stop."
I'm not gonna hire you because you're about to come up in here and ski and all over the place and embarrass me. So, you know how many relatives over the years when I was in the corporate environment, hey man, can you get me a job, bro? We're not hiring because you're not about to come in here
Fucking
and,
gatekeeper syndrome.
and you are not about to come up in here and embarrass me on this job, man.
Again, if the interpersonal dynamics of you talking to your friend that way is fine because it's not a job interview.
Nah,
It's not. It's a classroom.
the gatekeeper Sydney.
It's ridiculous.
We shall overcome one day, just not yet. Somebody said.
That was David.
Which David?
Greaves.
Oh, Greaves, okay. Facebook user says, I'm so glad you're here for your input, Miss Susie. Absolutely.
That's Mary.
That's right, Rich. I do not know who Drewski is. And is should not been at the end of the sentence. Right there, I can't hire Richard Norwood. You're out of here. Out of here, Rich. See? See? So everybody gets it.
Ridiculous, man. You understood what he said.
I did. Danielle Marie says Dion has a point. The orange dictator made up words like it was his full-time job. If he can do it, why cannot anyone? Look here, Danielle. You already know the answer to this question. Unless you trick the world into thinking you are a billionaire and you have a private jet and all these other different things, and you have been the president of the United States, then yeah, as we all can see, can do almost anything you want to do. Until
You
then,
can run.
you follow the rules as everyone else follows.
Lauren Boebert's an idiot. Marjorie Taylor Greene's an idiot. Being smart doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't. We don't even listen to smart people. You know how many people believe the earth is flat? Stop it. This whole idea that higher education matters, it
Don't be
don't.
don't be bringing your Kyrie Irving slander to the show today.
I'm just I'm just being honest. If you look at Elon Musk is not a fucking genius. But we treat him like he is because he got a lot of money.
No, that's not
Like
why we. That's not why. He's a very smart dude. We don't treat him like a genius because he has a lot of money. The dude has done some great things. I shouldn't say some great things. He's done some He's done some things.
exactly.
No, 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 no.
You sound
I'm not
like
gonna.
Porky the Pig.
No, because I'm not going to act like this.
Well, he's done some great.
No, no, I'm not going to act like the Tesla is not what it is, and then you have the other things he's done. So whatever. Marshawn Mitchell, I did want to. This is where I wanted to get to. Says yo, but I wanted to make sure we gave him a happy birthday shout out. So happy birthday
Happy
shout out to my
birthday.
guy Sean. Appreciate you. You don't look a day over 60. Let's see. And Dion does not have a point, Danielle. Facebook user also says they determine your character and your intelligence by your vocabulary. My niece is very intelligent, but her Alabama accent gets her looked down on.
Susie. And again, is it right that we all know the Alabama accent when we hear it? And we all know what we assume when we hear it. Is that right? No, it's not right. And we should all be punished accordingly.
First of all, don't go about punishing all this accordingly. Punish yourself. All right.
I do. Every time I hear that accent and it's not racist, I punish myself. I go, see, that's what you get for judging people.
Grandpa said shaking his fist at the youth again. I don't know who said that. You're smart ass, whoever said it.
Michelle Douglas.
Michelle, I'm sorry, are you agreeing with Dion? Do you disagree with this here, with this list? I'm gonna throw it back up for people again with the thought of this list, I should say. The teacher would not allow bruh standing on business. Ooh wee ski ye. Ski ye. you
Hearing you read it is my favorite part of the show by far. Can you say that one more time, please? I want to make that my ringtone. Ooh, excuse me.
That's what it says. It says ooh wee ski ye. That's what it says.
You sound like Shaq speaking Chinese. Ni hao, ni hao.
I think we can see I would never make it undercover as a cop.
Excuse me, bruh. Ski yee. Standing on my business with the Riz twin.
I don't know. I don't know what any of that means.
On my mama. Got any drugs? I'll take 2 Percocets, please, bruh. You feel me?
On my mama. You have any drugs? What does munyan mean? What is I don't know what that. Can anybody out there is anyone
I'm
watching
assuming it's money.
I don't know. Is anybody out there under the age of 25 who can help us with some of these words? I don't know what some of these mean. Danielle, get the boys and ask them. Danielle says, what? Like the word indubitably? It should be used more often. Oh, my God. All languages have phrases or expressions like hood terms or slang. I don't know who said that.
Lee Jones.
Lee, yes, I'm sure they do. But they should not be used in the professional setting or in a classroom either if the teacher does not want you to use those words because she's trying to teach you a lesson.
It's ridiculous.
Hung up on words, not meaning of words. Duh, if we don't understand your dumbass words, we can't know the meaning.
Okay, it's one thing to not know what a word means. It's another thing to have an adverse reaction to what the word means just because you don't like it. And that's my point here. Is this teacher is being crass because they don't like the words. It's not that she doesn't understand them. It's just she's being a dictator, and I think that's stupid. It's a waste of time.
You are, man, you are such a person. You do not like following rules at all. Some of us,
It's
we
not
are.
about. It's
Yeah,
not about. In the grand scheme of life, this lesson that you're trying to teach doesn't matter.
it does too
It
matter.
doesn't. It doesn't.
AZ Mags says, "What up, though? What up, though?" Facebook you says you use geometry every time you back out of a driveway and use a 3-point turn
I don't back out of the driveway, Miss Susie, but I'm glad that you tried it. I park on the street.
because he doesn't know geometry. Because he doesn't know geometry is why.
No, because there's two other cars in the driveway. That's why.
You knew what she meant. You tried to be a-ho, so I was helping her out. What's up, Goody Good? Goody Good is back in the house. Oh, wait a minute. I can't say what's up to Goody Good. She went all Team Dion with me like
Yeah,
2 days after the show.
you're
Felt the
so
need.
jealous.
She says, teacher here saying, slang is an important part of teen culture. I encourage it in creative writing assignments. As a teacher, I encourage being creative with words. Slang is an important part of the culture. Smart people don't always have to talk proper English. For one thing, no such thing as proper English in America anyway. Well,
Thank you.
to that I would
Thank
say
you.
Goody Good.
And thank you.
I don't think Goody Good is her name. So that's a testament to everything that you just said. But what I will say, Goody Good, and this is just me, this isn't me taking shots because you turned against me and turned towards Dion 2 days after the podcast. I had to jump on to the thread. You know, I'm over that. I am so over that. It's not painful any longer. I refuse to let you make me cry at all. I just disagree with that. But I will say in your classroom, your rules, your rules. Now, can we say that, Goody Good? In your classroom, you have your rules, and this teacher or this professor is allowed to have his or her rules inside of her classroom on campus.
Of course, they're allowed to have their own rules. I'm just saying the rules are arbitrary. That's all.
Well, you didn't think they were so arbitrary when she was agreeing with you. You was over here smiling that big
No,
old Dion
because
smile, not your head.
she's not dulling creativity. She's not trying to put something in a box that doesn't fit. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Is you're trying to make these people sound like something they're never going to sound like. So why are you trying to do that? For
That is
what?
not true because there are plenty of children or kids who have come from certain backgrounds, hit the college campus, and they sound and think, and we see it all the time, they sound and think completely different after 4 or 5 years on that campus.
Let me ask you this. Is there more than one way to
Can
achieve a
you
goal?
kick my ass? No, go ahead.
Shout out to Chris Rock. Oh, you the smarty art, nigga. Let me
Let me
ask you
ask you
this.
this.
No, I'm just saying, is there this idea that there's only one way to do something is so outdated and antiquated in today's times. There's multiple paths. You don't have to fit in that speech box or that written box to make it. And I want people to stop saying, "Oh, if you don't do it this way, then it's never going to happen." Like, stop doing that.
Goody good. I forgot to say this one here. She typed this one. She says, LOL, we should all be punished accordingly. So, goody good. I'm not going to ask you about your Saturday nights. So I'm not gonna ask. I was only kidding about the Canaan. Only kidding. Facebook user here says they have to be ready for the real world. I can't talk like that with the surgeons I work with. These kids need to know it's a time and place for everything. And 100% I would agree with that.
Okay, that was Tamiko. But
Because I
again, if you walk in, it's one thing if the surgeon doesn't speak your language and you say all those words on the list and they have no idea what you're talking about. But if you're talking to somebody who already understands the list, what's the problem?
Facebook
What's the
user
problem?
Facebook user says I do disagree. I think the list is more about power and control and less of an actual lesson.
And that was Michelle.
Okay. Which Michelle?
Douglas, the one you
Okay, Michelle
asked
Douglas. Okay,
if she agreed with the
I got
list or
you.
not.
Okay, thank you, Michelle, for letting me know your thoughts there. Facebook user also says I'm gonna walk in the operating room tomorrow and say, "Bruh, on my mama, this surgery better not take all day. I got shit to do. They gonna throw my ass up out of there." I don't want you to because I don't want you to lose that check, but I would love to see someone roll into the operating room and say some shit like that. On my mama, this better not take all day. That last surgery was 6 hours.
You could say it if you're operating on your mama.
My cousin jumps in here, Adrian. What's up, cousin? Goody Good says the teachers wasting time. You are right, Dion Curry. Teachers have to choose our battles. Slang ain't one of them. Well, I would say you're right, Goody Good, because you're right. You have to choose your battles. So this may be the battle he or she wants to choose, and maybe they don't set up a camp on the next opportunity to have a battle with these kids. So I agree with you there. You choose your battles. You choose yours on this side, and he or she's choosing theirs on that side.
I just I just want you to know it's a losing battle. When you're trying to get young people to stop being young and do what they do, that it fails every time. Every time. They are who they are. You are the one who should have to adapt. This is the new wave, as they say.
Every time you say there's a new way, we have this discussion all the time, Dion. And somehow you always miss this point that there is no new wave. There's new technology. There's new ways to make money. There's new ways of doing things. There is no new wave.
And there's new
Every,
people doing it.
every time people think there's a new wave coming, those people who you think is going to be the new wave, after a while, they get a little money in their pocket. They have families. They have homes. They have shit they have to worry about. They fall right back into the old wave of doing things. There is no new wave. There's never a new fucking wave. The new wave
You're
that they
wrong.
thought they were going to have with
You're just wrong, bro.
No, the people that they thought were coming, who were hippies, and we're fighting the Vietnam War, and oh, peace, 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 peace. Okay, all right, that's cool. All right, wait a minute. I got to get a job. I got to make money. I got to buy a house. I got to put kids through college. Oh, I may have to conform and do some of the stuff that I fought against. Here comes a new wave. Oh, what? We don't. No, I don't want to do it. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it again. Oh, here comes another new wave. Oh, what? What? Oh, yep, got to do the same shit. There is no new way. There's being young and not understanding the way the world works, and then there's either you stay stuck in that and you never move forward, or you conform and then you figure it out and you move on with your life. That's the way the wave works. That's the way life works.
Okay, if you say so.
Well,
I'm not going to debate any of that nonsense that you
the only
the old wave.
nonsense was what you said about the Indians and the Christians, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, you're trying to force people who don't fit in a box into a box. That's bad. You should not do that. That's what I'm saying. And this idea that you can make a list of 34 words you don't want to hear in your classroom to teach a lesson that these kids are going to learn and then go out into the world and spread that message of, oh, no, I have to be this way in class because the way I am in real life isn't good enough because my teacher didn't like those words is fucking stupid.
What was the I don't even know. I'm not even on X that much. What was the post that someone had tagged with this? They called it racism or some type of new way to attack blackness. Do you remember that?
It's codified white supremacy is what
It
it is.
is
You got to set.
not.
It is.
Everything isn't white supremacy. Sometimes this is just the way you have to do things.
You see, you broke things down in terms of business, and when it comes to business, white supremacy go hand in hand. So, what are you talking about?
All right, okay. Well, that was some nonsense again. So
Okay,
if we keep the nonsense
what
score
what
1-2,
what
you're winning.
what business at the top level isn't is owned by somebody that look like us and talk like us?
No. You called it white supremacy. You don't get to go from white supremacy to just saying what business is owned, but not by people who
There's
look
a
like us.
thread I need you to follow. Okay, just answer the question. I'll get you where you need to be.
Just go on with your BS statement you're gonna make.
I'm asking because I need to understand why you aren't getting it. Why you
No,
don't
no,
see
no.
the
I
thread
need
of
you. No,
connection?
teach me how it's all white supremacy.
I asked you a question. Which business at the top is owned by black people, ran by black people, that white people have to come to and have to conform to the way black people do it? Which
What are you
one?
talking about? There's plenty of businesses owned by black people, and black people do business the way that people do it. You get too caught up in what white people do, what
Okay,
black
so
people
what I'm
do.
saying is,
Oh my God, it drives me
if
nuts.
we got into a black business meeting with two black people, and they were talking in similar slang, not to the ones on the list, but from their generation, are you telling me that they shouldn't be doing that because that's not the right way to do
I'm
business?
telling
Is that what you're
you,
saying?
I'm telling
Is that what
you,
you're saying?
let me answer your fucking question. I'd be happy to
Okay.
tell you what I'm saying. I'm telling you, if I'm sitting in a business meeting, I'm speaking as you should speak in the business meeting. And if you come in here, white, purple, red, green, blue, I'm gonna shit what color you are, speaking slang, I'm gonna look at you a little odd and wonder, why are you speaking to me in this manner? Then I'm also gonna wonder if this is a person that I want to do business with.
You have that right because you don't like the way it sounds. But what I'm saying is despite
I'm
everything that's
not I'm
being
not the only
said,
person.
hold on. I'm just talking about the dynamic that this example that you just used. Said if you're in a business meeting, and what I'm saying is if you're in a business meeting with me, I'm going to make it a point to speak as much slang as I can so you can understand that no matter what I said in the business meeting, my work precedes what I said in the meeting. So if you wanted to do business with me, you're going to look at what I said in the meeting, or that all the work that I've done did that you wanted to do business with me in the first place.
First of all,
It
sir,
doesn't matter.
then I tell you what. Then whatever you're bringing to the market better be the greatest thing that I've never that no one has ever seen in life. Because if there's anyone out there who can do what you can do, then they're going to ask your ass to exit stage left and bring in the next person who can speak and who
All the
can
more
communicate the
reason.
way that they should and still
All
do
the
the
more
same work.
reason.
No, not all
All
the
the
more
more
reason.
reason you should let these kids flourish how they're going to flourish instead of trying to put them in a fucking box and
How
go,
does
you
that?
got to do it this way.
All right, Goody Good says I do not use my government name on Facebook. I get that. I was only teasing you earlier. There, Goody Good. She says, Sydney, you all right, dude. You are making some points. You left the word good out, Goody Good, but that's cool. All right, I'm not hurt by that. Still, hashtag still, I'm not reading that. Tamiko always gave a bunch of laughing emojis. Danielle says, don't the kids have rights under the First Amendment for freedom of speech? I mean, I know that sounds ridiculously simple. Maybe it is that
No,
simple.
the
No,
First Amendment only applies to the government.
no.
So, no, no freedom of speech violation there because the
Goody,
teacher isn't government.
Goody Good says code switching is a course appropriate in professional setting, but like Deion Curry said, if we all agree it's acceptable, we say word up amongst all the professionals at my school.
The idea of code switching is stupid. That's the argument that I'm attacking. It's like you understand what this person is saying, you just don't like the way they're saying it. Point blank. Period.
No,
For
obviously
whatever
the teacher
bias
doesn't
you
like the way
have,
they're saying it.
I know that's what I'm saying. There's a bias there. It has nothing to do with learning or being better people. There's a bias that the teacher doesn't like these words for whatever reason they don't like them. And I think that is a losing battle.
I
It's
think
not important.
Facebook user here says this teacher gave them a choice. They can use these words slash phrases. They just need to write an essay. The other thing I would say too, when Dion and I were talking about this, and I said I'm all for this, and he was saying he's completely against it. I said, and that is great because that's what I would tell those kids. Professor Dion teaches a class right down the hall by the boiler room, and you can go down there and take this same course down there and get it all in the way that you want it.
Everybody should have options. I said take it off. If you don't want them writing that way, fine. If it's a writing class, okay, fair enough. But if I bust out an essay explaining to you why I'm saying twin and Riz and all this other crap, what are you gonna grade it and you're gonna give me an F because you don't like the words I use because I should use other words? Like how can you say to a writer you should have used a different expression for the way you're trying to express yourself? It's ridiculous.
Facebook user says maybe this teacher is just trying to encourage communication in a way that is not fluent to them. Like you can only speak Spanish in Spanish class, you can only use professional language in business class, etc. That's a great point as well.
That was Dana,
Okay.
and I don't think it's a. I don't think that's the case, but she does have a point. Yes.
I think that could be the case because I believe that this was a writing course, isn't it?
No, because she picked 34 specific words. There's a reason she targeted these words.
Oh, is this back to the supremacy, the white supremacy?
Yeah.
Everything can't be white supremacy.
Because if you flipped it and they were saying slack jawed yokel bull crap, wouldn't nobody have a problem?
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. We have to
Yes, I
respect.
do.
Oh boy. Someone says I'm with Sydney on this. Who said that?
I'm not telling you.
Who said it?
I'm not telling
You know
you.
what?
I'm not telling you.
That's
You
fine.
can't make me tell you.
They're getting applause anyway. Who said yeah? Who said it?
You should take one guess who's always with you no matter what.
Was that
Even when
Mary?
you're, yeah, of course.
Ah, Mary gets an applause. And she gets a DJ Horn. Yeah. When you guys are on the right side, you guys get sound effects. When you're on the wrong side, you get nothing. All right. So if you ever wonder why Summer get in it,
I'm the student and you're the teacher with this freaking my way or the highway. Fucking read the list one more time, Shaq, please.
I'm not reading the list again. I'm not reading the list again. I'll read it again. I don't care. So this was the list for people who may jump on later. I'm not reading. I'm just kidding. But I will show it to you so you can read yourself. All right. That was good. That was good. All right. Thank you guys for jumping in and watching, or not watching. Yeah, but watching and having that discussion with us, Goody Good and Mary and Danielle and Tamiko and so on and so forth. That's right. Danielle says sound equals Sydney. So Danielle now gets all right. A little DJ. All right.
Y'all gonna turn him into Harvey Weinstein with them sound effects.
Whoa, whoa.
Man,
After the
but
shit
you know
that
you
after
want
the
to hear
shit
that air horn, don't you? You know
after
you better
the
say
shit
something
that,
nice about me in the comments.
after that shit Cat was said about Harvey Weinstein, I went no parts of that. Says Dion, I love you too. You know it. I just don't agree with you on this one. And great Goody's good says great topic. Goody good. Thank you for watching. We're gonna keep this thing going. We have another one. Let me throw this up on the screen real quick. This is another Dion's. Who deserves the seat? The woman who seems to have her breast out breastfeeding. Don't know why that's the case, because she's out in public. And B, the man with the, with the cast on his leg.
Wait, what? You're not for public
I'm just
breastfeeding?
kidding. I'm kidding. I could care less. I just avert my eyes. The old man with the cane or the pregnant woman. Who deserves this seat? I guarantee you, with our viewers, it will be either A or D. That's who will be picked, and that would depend on the age they are as of today.
Who are
And
you eliminating first?
hold on one second, sir. Danielle says, "What if I didn't want the air horn?" LOL. How dare you? You will accept this air horn, and you'll take all of this air horn, Danielle.
See? Sound like Harvey. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. All right. Tamiko says, Dion, go say whoever gets to that motherfucker first. That's what Tamiko, you know him so well.
I love you, Tamiko.
Goody Good says the pregnant woman. Danielle says, yep, A and D. Facebook user says C. 100%
Joanne,
C. Okay.
Joanne Little
All
says
right.
C.
And then someone above her, Facebook user says D.
Lee Jones says D.
All right. Lee Jones. Okay. All right. Dion, who are you saying least? Who gets that chair least? Who are we eliminating?
C, the white man. I've been waiting for a week to say that.
This is the only reason you want to do this so you can say that. This whole topic was a setup for you to drop that punchline.
Nah, Shay. Oh, that white man been stealing people of color chairs for years. Fuck that white
Jesus.
man. He ain't get no goddamn seat. I don't give a fuck how old he is.
Look like the dude who's trying to kick Rosa Parks out. Look, Facebook user here says it's not A or D for me. Pregnancy is the choice. So deal and B or C, whoever gets it first. Who said that? That's good. That's so good.
Mary.
Man, that's so good. Oh my God. All right.
Oh,
I'm going to go, just because I can't stand it. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to say A. At least I could give it to A.
the pregnant woman,
Yeah, she's
or
out.
well, no. A is the breastfeeding
That
one.
breastfeeding. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
A.
she okay.
Breastfeeding.
Now why? Now why her? Just because you don't like titties out in public?
Yeah, I really don't care for it. I mean, respect everybody else out here. You just out here feeding your baby. Go find a corner to get into and do that. You just all
See,
out
that's
here.
ridiculous. See, there would be much less shootings in public if there were more breastfeeding women in public. Because you're not mad when you see titties.
Nah, you have more women shooting people. That's what you would have because they don't see enough titties. They don't see titties either. so,
How
so
many how many studs have we had as mass shooters in this country?
that's because we keep a room for women with the titties out to breastfeed. That's why. Who you? Who's next, Dia? Who's next?
I'm getting rid of the breastfeeding woman as well.
What? What? You just shit on me over here.
Simply because she doesn't need to be sitting down. She's just feeding her baby. That baby ain't heavy. You don't need that chair. You can walk around feeding that baby. You can sing to him. You can carry yourself out of public view instead of sitting in the only chair in the room while everybody got to stare at you feeding your baby, if that's your issue.
And to
So
get
she
people
just, of all the people on the list, she needs it the least.
just out here getting people divorced for no reason. Goody Good says more titties equal less shootings. Correct. Tamiko says black man with a broken leg don't stand a chance out here. LOL. Y'all. We don't know if he's getting kicked out of here yet, Tamiko. He, according to Dion and I, that man's still in the running for that chair. All right, next person I'm gonna knock off is going to be C. I'm with you, Dion, on that one. C.
Are you with me for the reason?
For the same
Or
reason.
you okay?
I did not
He
want to
gotta
come.
go.
I didn't want to come across the same way that you came across. I still wanted to get some votes from the moderates.
See, see, I cut the crap. I go straight to the source. Yeah, he had to go. Um, I'm eliminating B, the broken leg guy, because his
Really?
leg ain't that broke.
So
His
you
leg
giving
ain't
the
that
seat
broke.
to the D?
Yeah, I'm gonna let the pregnant lady sit down. She
Okay.
looked like she needed. She looked
Okay.
like she took on way more than she could handle with whoever pumped one off in her. And so, yeah, she can sit down.
I, sir, am eliminating the pregnant woman. Look at the brother. Look at him. He didn't just break his leg. Man got a band-aid on his jaw. And man, he took it. He took it, sir. And look at it. He looks so sad. Probably married to a woman that just don't respect him at all. Got 2 or 3 kids. He got running around just asking for shit for Christmas, even though Christmas just happened. Got a busted
You
leg.
know,
He busted up at work. Or maybe he just didn't stop at the right time. Who knows?
you know why he looking like that, don't you?
'Cause that's his baby right there next to him with her titties out.
No,
Why?
because the white man told him before we go in here, I dare you try to take that chair from me.
Well, I'm giving it to him. So you know what? I'm giving myself an applause break on the Google horn because I gave the brother the seats. I can't believe I for sure you was gonna give it to him. I can't believe you didn't give it to him.
No, man, pregnant women need to sit down first.
You see that? And Tamiko's right, bruh. His whole leg broke. That's right, tibia and fibia. Whole leg busted up, bruh.
And yet he got crutches and he's standing. He fine.
He's not fine. Look at him.
Look at that pregnant lady. She don't got no ass. You know her back is hurting.
Look at her face. She looked like she's trying to get pregnant again. Look at the expression on her face. She's like a straight whore. All right.
Well, she's smiling because C is standing right next to her. And they just worked out a deal that if the father don't come around, he gonna make some payments.
B. 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 Facebook user says she beat his ass and he can't tell nobody. Oh, y'all be
That
clouded.
was Lee Jones.
Y'all be straight clouded. Yeah, B's. I'm giving it to the black. I'm giving it to the brother. Brother gets a seat.
Mary says, if C was a black man, would that change your choice? Uh, no, because old black men are mean sometimes, and fuck that nigga.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: as Chris Rock says, and I'm not gonna try to do the joke because I'm only getting the pieces of it. The most racist people you know are old black men. So no. Danielle says plot twist. What if he's married to the breastfeeding mom, but the pregnant lady, his side chick, she looks mad. Why y'all putting this brother in this difficult situation? Why can't this just be a dude out here trying to make it in life? You women have somehow taken this brother.
See, they done trashed him, made him worthless.
It's just scandalous.
Stand on your broken leg and take care of your new family.
Both of them.
Matter of fact, take your shirt off so your wife can cover herself. Just gonna be out there butt naked in a cast. Talk about I love my family.
That yell at her imagination. Facebook user says, "C looking at D like I could be that baby's daddy." LOL.
That was Lee.
And Danielle says that's why he got beat up because it's the old plot twist. Dion, what is your what the hell or your wait one more thing this week, sir?
How what the hell is simply what the hell is up with this weather? 1 degree, just one. It's freezing all over the country. Bring your pets inside if they're outside pets. I believe it or not, some people forget that crap. So don't be one of those idiots that faces criminal charges for neglect of animals by leaving your pet outside in this freezing cold weather. Go get your animals, bring them inside. It's just a dumb thing to have to go through. Yet every year at this time, somebody does it. So tell all your friends, remember, hey, you got outdoor animals, bring them on in here. It's getting real cold out.
You sound a real country right there. Bring them on in here. My shit is pretty much the same thing, man. I went out with the fellas the other night, and it is what's today's date? It is January 15th. So I went out on January 13th and pulled up to my boy's house, and first thing I saw was his neighbor across the street still had the Christmas lights on. Not only up, but had them on. and, I said, and I told my boy, I said, look here, you got two houses on this block with their Christmas lights up and still on, there and there. As neighbors, y'all have no other choice but to torch those houses. So we gonna give y'all just one more week to get your lights off, all right? And then after that, it's on. All right. I told you before, take your shit down. You put them up. Stop being lazy. Go out there. Take your lights down, man. Unless you back east and it's the negative 25 degrees with a wind chill, I get it. But if it isn't, get up off your lazy, fat ass and go out there. And I know it's
Jeez.
flat because you're just sitting on it doing nothing all day. Get your ass up and take them lights off the house. Jesus.
You can't leave them up, just don't turn them on.
If you are gonna leave them up, don't turn them on. What are you doing? Why your lights on, man?
They up there, might as well turn them on.
Not only are you lazy, you confusing all the kids under the age of 5 in the neighborhood. They think Santa Claus is making a return real soon, and he's not. Facebook user says, yes, get your fucking Christmas lights down.
That was Dana.
No, it wasn't. Friday was not the 13th. Saturday was the
What?
13th. Danielle.
Oh.
And then Facebook user says, take their seat so they have to get up. Yes, take their chair and give it to somebody so they get their asses up and do something. I
That's
can,
why that black man's fucked up. He was trying to get them lights down. He fell off the house.
they gonna torch my house. I can't stay. I just don't like lazy people, man. You put the lights up, get that shit down, man. Or don't put them up.
And to that, I say, mind your motherfucking business. What I do with my house is my business. How about that?
Well, it's not in my neighborhood. We all have our, we know what neighborhoods I'm talking about. So,
Who you sound like? Jesus Christ.
what do you
We
mean?
all know what neighborhood.
What do you mean? We know what I sound like.
Sometimes your Republicans slip out just at the right time.
I turned
We
away
all
from
know
that.
what neighborhoods.
I turned away from the Republican Party, sir. How dare you?
I know, but I hear it every now and then, like that Cat Williams earlier. That one phrase, we all know what neighborhoods. Like, oh goddamn, wow.
Danielle said, don't even put them up. Even better, I detest Christmas lights. See? Danielle, old Scrooge over here, says, don't even bother to put them up. And Tamiko says, we just took everything down, including the trees, LOL. But I wasn't still turning that shit on, though. Well, Tamiko, I'm glad you got them down. But I'm doubly happy that you still had them up and you ain't turned them bitches on. I could not believe these lights were on Saturday.
The lights can stay up till February, as far as I'm concerned.
Hell no. Them lights down, man. It's over. The holiday is over. By the time February rolls around, I don't know if you haven't seen it, but Walmart and Target's already told you you need to be preparing for Valentine's Day. All right, Christmas is over.
Look, man, some people have blended families and can't celebrate the holidays exactly on the day. So you get to leave the lights up. You get a grace period.
How blended is this family that you celebrating Christmas 2 weeks into the new year?
Or let me tell you, how many Native Americans got stolen from their crib? We celebrate
Oh
those.
my God, you're such a fucking lobbyist. I swear to God, you so missed your calling. The amount of bullshit you be spending sometimes. How many Indians? I've what does Chris Rock say? You ain't never seen two Indians, and I ain't never heard you say Indian twice in the same fucking show till tonight. Absolutely ridiculous. What you got coming up, bro? Any shows anybody needs to know about?
I got a show Saturday at a local spot. The tickets will be on my Instagram story tomorrow, so you can check that out if you're in the area. And then I start teaching class tomorrow. So tomorrow will be my first day of the new crop of students. Tomorrow's going to suck because it's going to be so cold. I'm really dreading it, but got to do it.
I'd love just to come up there and watch your class and see you looking like Debbie Allen from Fame, walking around with that stick, tapped it on the floor. You want to make it?
I met Debbie Allen. Let me tell you, she don't need no stick, bro. That woman is she is imposing. She directed one of the episodes I worked on last year, and it was a Christmas scene. There was a bunch of these kids, and man, she sounded like a black mama in that motherfucker. Hey, sit still. You wasting our film. Them little kids. I felt so bad for them because they was over there for like 6.5 hours going through all these scenes, just being extras in the background. And you know how kids are. They're wearing coats in the middle of the summertime. So they're just miserable. It was funny.
I loved the Debbie Allen when I was a kid. I was a huge fan of the show. But I was also a fan of the show, not for just Debbie Allen. I was a performing arts kid too. So I was just a fan of it all around. But Debbie Allen, yeah, was definitely one of my first little crushes before I knew what her crush kind of really was, and had no idea that her sister was Felicia Rashad. And then to find out she was, I was like, man, that house, boy, just to come by and hang out. Dion, did your other class graduate, or is that coming up?
That the one previous has already graduated. I was going to do another one, but we ended up canceling it, and it turns out to be this crop of students. So it just got moved around. So
All right, well, don't be surprised if it warms up and you got a class going. If I don't pop up on you, just be like, yeah, I just came to see you yell at people.
I'll let you guys know how it progresses each week. Maybe that'll be a new segment.
Yeah. We don't want to deter anybody, though, from doing stand-up. We don't want anybody to see the podcast and feel deterred.
Uh, some people should not do stand up.
I just
Hey,
said,
you know exactly who I'm talking about. You know exactly what neighborhood I'm talking about.
you know exactly what neighborhood. They probably got the damn Christmas lights still up and on.
Ski.
I stand on business. I stand on business. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for watching the show. Thank you guys for hanging back with us here a little longer, just watching us be silly. You guys are awesome. Tamiko, Danielle, Mary, Miss Susie, who
Dana
else?
Lee,
Dana, Lee, Bruce, Slim,
Goody.
Goody Good. Love it, love it, love it. We're going to be back with another hot episode next week. The Guitar Guy Thursday should not do stand up. So, all right, quick story before we go, because she just brought it up. Thank you, Danielle says, great show, guys. Quick one before we go. Thank you, Goody Good. So I did an audition, if you will, showcase, and Mary came out, and there was a guy on the show who he had a guitar. So I was like, oh, I got to see this. I'd never seen this guy before. I don't know where he came from. and he went on stage and he did his thing, and he talked about being on acid, and it was very peculiar, his set, and I believe he was a spitter because Mary was right down front. I believe something might have got spit on by him as well, but it was interesting. It was interesting. So to your point, there's all kind of comics out there. It's all kind.
Ugh, sounds like he didn't do well.
All right. And on that note, you guys have a great week. We will see y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Have a good week. Hey, send us in some thoughts on some different topics. We haven't done that in a while. So if you guys have something you think you might want us to talk about, let us know. Tamiko says, I missed y'all. Glad I made it this week. What a great show. Everybody stay warm. You too, Tamiko. Go Lions.